She says, I don't know what I want right now. But somehow, she still texts you. She still checks your stories. She still gets jealous when another woman comments. And the moment you pull away, suddenly she cares again. Let me tell you something most men never realize. She's not confused. She's not figuring things out. And she's definitely not lost. She's watching you. She's watching how you react, how you handle uncertainty, how you handle her uncertainty. Because right now, whether you know it or not, you're being tested. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why women test men without even realizing it, the biggest mistake that instantly fails these tests, and how to pass them without playing games or losing yourself. Stay with me, because this might completely change how you see dating. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about something that confuses, frustrates, and emotionally drains a lot of good men. She's not confused, she's testing you. If you've ever felt like she sends mixed signals, one day she's warm, the next she's distant. She says she needs space, but gets upset when you give it. Then this video is for you. Because once you understand why these tests happen, you'll stop reacting emotionally and start responding confidently. Let's get into it. Point 1. Confusion is often a cover for evaluation. Here's the first truth most people don't want to hear. When a woman says, I'm confused, what she usually means is, I'm deciding how I feel about you based on how you handle this moment. Think about it. If she were truly confused about life, timing, or relationships, she wouldn't be emotionally reactive to your behavior. But notice this pattern. You pull back, she suddenly reaches out. You get needy, she pulls away. You stay calm, she leans in again. That's not confusion. That's evaluation. Real-life example. Imagine this. You've been talking to a woman for weeks. Things are good. Chemistry is strong. Then one day she says, I just don't know if I'm ready for anything serious. Now watch what happens next. If you panic and say, so what does that mean for us? Are you seeing someone else? Should I wait for you? Her attraction drops instantly. Why? Because she just learned something about you. She learned that uncertainty makes you anxious. You need reassurance to feel stable. Your emotional state depends on her clarity, and that's exactly what she was testing. Point 2. Women test emotional stability, not loyalty. Most men think women test loyalty. They don't. Women test emotional stability under pressure. They want to know, can you stay grounded when things feel unclear? Can you lead emotionally instead of chasing reassurance? Can you handle ambiguity without collapsing? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Life is uncertain. Relationships are uncertain. Emotions change. And a woman subconsciously asks herself, if this man can't handle this, how will he handle real stress later? Why these tests happen? These tests aren't evil. They're not manipulative. They're instinctual. Just like men test attraction through flirtation and chemistry, women test emotional strength through uncertainty. She's not trying to hurt you. She's asking herself, can I feel safe with him? Can I relax around him? Will he stay centered or fall apart? Another relatable scenario. She suddenly replies slower. Messages get shorter. Energy shifts. You feel it instantly. Now you have two choices. Option A, you double text. You ask what's wrong, you over-explain, you try to fix something that wasn't broken. Option B, you stay calm. You don't chase. You keep living your life. You stay warm, but not reactive. Here's the wild part. Option B almost always pulls her back in. Not because you ignored her, but because you showed emotional leadership. Important shift in thinking. Listen carefully. Here's the mindset shift that changes everything. Attraction doesn't grow when you seek clarity. It grows when you show stability without it. Read that again. When you rush to define things, you communicate fear. When you remain grounded, you communicate confidence. And confidence is what passes the test. Quick actionable tip. 1. Next time she says, I don't know what I want, instead of asking follow-up questions, pressuring her for answers, trying to convince her, say something calm and grounded like, "That's okay, take your time." Then mean it. No passive-aggressive tone. No silent resentment. No waiting by the phone. This single response does more than 1,000 explanations ever could. Let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop chasing clarity, she suddenly becomes more interested again? Drop yes or no in the comments. I read every single one. Point 3. The silent test. How she measures your response to distance. Here's one that trips up almost every man. She suddenly becomes distant. Maybe she replies slower. Maybe she seems less excited in texts. Or she doesn't initiate plans like before. Your gut screams, "Why is she ignoring me? Did I do something wrong?" But here's the reality. This is the silent test. It's not about you being good enough or wrong. It's about seeing how you react when she creates space. Why it works. Women are wired to detect emotional reactions. If you panic, overreact, or chase, you signal dependency, insecurity, and lack of stability. If you stay calm, grounded, and confident, you signal emotional strength, leadership, and value. Story example. Imagine this scenario. You've been dating casually for a month. She suddenly starts replying hours later, sometimes not at all. Most men immediately double text, call, or send emotional messages. But let's flip the script. Instead of chasing, you focus on your life, gym, friends, hobbies. You keep your energy high and don't overanalyze. Within a few days, she texts first. Her tone is warmer. She even makes plans for the weekend. Why? Because you passed the silent test. Your calmness under uncertainty made her subconsciously feel safe. Actionable tip, Nur 2, handling distance. Next time she creates distance, do these 3 things. Pause before reacting. Don't respond immediately to every text. Maintain your energy. Focus on your life, not her responses. Stay warm, not needy. A simple, casual message like, "Hey, hope your day's going well," is enough. Remember, she's testing your composure, not your attention. If you fail this test, she subconsciously loses interest, even if she likes you. Point 4. The confession test. She pushes your emotional limits. Now let's talk about a sneaky one, the confession test. Have you ever had a girl say something like, "Do you really like me? Do you see this going anywhere? Are you serious about me?" And your heart races? You feel pressure to respond perfectly? That's exactly the point. What she's testing. She wants to see if your attraction is conditional, if your self-worth is tied to her validation, if you can stay confident under emotional pressure. The truth is, men fail this test all the time because they answer the question with too much emotion instead of calm clarity. Psychological insight. Women are subconsciously scanning for emotional self-sufficiency. If she senses that your feelings depend entirely on her answers, she worries. If he needs my approval to feel secure, how will he handle real problems later? This is why men who panic, over-explain, or beg fail instantly. The key? Answer with calm confidence. Story-driven example. Let's say she asks, "Do you really like me?" Instead of saying, "I really like you, I've never felt this way before." Emotional overload. Try, "Of course, I enjoy spending time with you." Notice the difference. You're confident, not desperate. You're calm, not anxious. You show clarity without overcommitting. The subtlety here is magnetic. She feels your attraction, but she doesn't feel pressure to define everything immediately. Actionable tip. 3. Handling the confession test. Here's a simple formula you can use anytime she tests your emotional limits. Acknowledge the question. Show that you hear her. State your truth calmly. Don't exaggerate, over-explain, or justify. Shift back to your life. Keep your energy moving. Don't linger in tension. For example, her. "Are you serious about us?" You. I like where this is going. Let's enjoy it and see how things unfold. Boom. Test passed. Confidence shown. Pressure relieved. Relatable tip for daily life. These tests happen all the time, even in small ways. She flirts with someone else to see your reaction. She jokes about leaving you to see if you panic. She asks hypothetical, what-if questions to test your stability. And here's the golden rule. Your response matters more than her words. Women communicate with subtle cues. Your emotional reaction is their window into your character. Point 5. The jealousy and comparison test. How she probes your value. Now we get to one of the trickiest tests, jealousy. Sometimes she'll mention other men casually, flirt with someone else in front of you, ask questions like, do you think she's cute? Your instinct might scream, why is she doing this? Should I prove myself? Should I compete? Here's what's really happening. She's testing your self-worth and confidence. She wants to see if you'll crumble under comparison. She wants to see if your value depends on her attention alone. She wants to see if you can stay secure when her attention isn't 100% on you. Psychological insight. This is rooted in evolutionary biology. Women subconsciously measure mate value, and your response tells her, are you high value or needy? Are you calm under perceived competition? Can you handle social dynamics without insecurity? Story. Example. You're out with her and she jokingly mentions, my friend John thinks you're cute too. Most men respond either, defensive, I'm not interested in him, don't worry. Overly reactive, why would you even say that? Both responses fail. They signal insecurity. The confident approach? Smile, stay relaxed, maybe tease lightly. Good, more competition keeps me on my toes. Notice how subtle humor plus calmness turns the test into attraction instead of drama. Actionable tip, near 4, handling jealousy tests. Don't panic, your self-worth is independent. Use light humor, keep it playful, not defensive. Show confidence, small gestures, relaxed energy, and eye contact work wonders. Remember, she's not trying to make you jealous for fun. She's evaluating how secure and composed you are. Point 6. The too understanding trap. Why kindness can fail. Here's one most guys never see coming. Being overly understanding or accommodating can kill attraction. Sounds crazy, right? You'd think being kind and patient is always good. But here's the reality. When a woman tests you, she's looking for boundary setting, confidence, and leadership. If you always agree, over-explain, or bend over backwards to avoid conflict, she senses low standards. Psychological insight. Women are wired to notice dominance and emotional leadership. Men who are too understanding or nice often fail subconscious tests because they signal lack of backbone. Story-driven example. She cancels plans last minute and says, I just can't tonight, sorry. If you respond, no problem, we can do whatever you want, anytime you want. You just failed a subtle test. Why? You communicated too much pliability, not stability. Better response. Got it. Let's figure out another time that works for both of us. Notice the difference. Calm, not needy. Respectful, not passive. Sets boundaries while keeping warmth. She feels safe but attracted because you show leadership. Actionable. Tip. Number 5. Avoid the too understanding trap. Acknowledge her perspective, validate without overcommitting. Maintain your boundaries, clearly and calmly. Keep your energy independent. Don't make her cancellations or mood shifts control your emotions. This is the difference between losing attraction and passing her subtle tests effortlessly. Point 7. The final test. Consistency and leadership under pressure. Finally, let's talk about the ultimate test. She's watching how consistent you are over time. Can you remain calm through ups and downs? Can you maintain your life, energy, and confidence even when she's unpredictable? Can you lead emotionally without being controlling? This is where most men fail. They overreact to distance, mood swings, or mixed signals. They let their emotional state depend entirely on her behavior. Story. Example: over months, a woman may test patience with repeated flakiness, push emotional boundaries, check if you'll remain grounded even when she's uncertain. The confident man passes these tests automatically. Life, first mindset, calm composure, clear boundaries, warmth without desperation. Her tests become attraction boosters, not stress triggers. If you found value in this video, smash the like button so others can discover this too. Comment below, "Yes, I've been tested," if you've experienced her subtle tests before. And don't forget to subscribe for more psychology-based dating strategies that actually work.